and I'm here to ask the Council to consider sending a letter to the Maryland Department of Health in support of recommendations to inform the public about cell phone radiation. I don't know if you're, I also wanted to say, being that it's Breast Cancer Month, I also brought these Save the Girl cards about keeping the cell phone out of the bra, as I talked about, I think it was over a year ago. So the U.S. National Institute of Health has completed a study, well, partial results from part of their large $25 million rodent study. I don't know if you were aware of it, where they found an association between cell phone radio frequency radiation exposure and cancer. They found increased malignant heart and brain cancers in the male rats, DNA damage, and also right heart ventricle degeneration, significantly increased in the exposed male rats. And in response, the American Academy of Pediatrics has issued 10 steps for reducing exposure to cell phone radiation, much like the Council is doing with the information that you are providing. I just wanted to note some important things about, they have a web page now in response to the NTP, the National Toxicology Program study, and you can go online and see it. Like keeping the cell phone away from your head, avoiding carrying the phone in your pocket or in your bra. And they also state cell phone manufacturers can't guarantee the amount of radiation you're absorbing will be at a safe level. And there are two really important ones I wanted to point to. If you're watching a movie on your device, download it first and then switch it to airplane mode so that when it's streaming, you're not getting all the radiation from the downloaded movie. This is a simple thing that everyone, especially parents, can do with their kids so that it's on the device and it's not actively streaming, which is a higher radiation exposure. One of the other things that I wanted to bring up is they say to avoid making calls in cars, elevators, trains, and buses, because the cell phone works harder to get a signal through metal, so the power level increases. Because when you're moving between different cell towers, you're switching. Every time you switch, there's actually more radiation to connect to the new tower. And also it's metal, so the radiation is bouncing around in the vehicle. And my concern about that is a very sweet third grader was telling me about his ride on the bus in the morning and how all the kids are on phones in the school buses, and this concerns me. I just wanted to state what Ron Melnick, the NIH scientist who helped lead the study design of the NTP program, stated. Based on this new information, regulatory agencies need to make strong recommendations for consumers to take precautionary measures and avoid close contact with their cell phones, and especially limit or avoid use of cell phones by children. And I also wanted to bring this because I wanted to make sure everyone knew this, because there really are a lot of people who don't know about this issue. Your home cordless phone emits radiation, especially the base. The base actually emits radiation all the time, and so some people have this near their heads, in their bedrooms, and they don't realize that. This emits mostly when you turn it on, but this all the time. And the best thing you can do for your home is just get a regular home corded phone. And people might think this is going backwards. I think this is the future. This is the way forward. This works great, especially when it's a copper line. There's no radiation, and you can get a really long line, so you can do dishes, do whatever you want with this. And I know we all remember that, and this is my life with my home corded phone. So so I'm wondering if you might do that, because the Department of Health is considering this issue, and I think it's very important. The other thing I wanted to just mention is that I found out that Eleanor Roosevelt High School has a cell tower in development, and I was told, one person told me it was a done deal. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't have any information other than someone telling me this. And I don't know if you were informed. I don't know that the Greenbelt parents in the elementary school or in the middle school are aware of this, but I think that they should be.
Thank you. We'll definitely check into that. City Manager McLaughlin, will you actually check with?
We did ask that question when we talked with With the principal, was
Yeah.
it?
Well,
When we
and
Oh, with
talked
the school board
when we
person.
talked with the
And they
CEO.
said there is a list of schools.
there's a list.
And I don't know
Of
if you
potential
mentioned it was
sites.
Eleanor Roosevelt High School or not. So we do ask.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I know the list is all the schools, but when
Right.
they're in development, it's different.
Yeah.
Because then they're moving towards something.
Thank you. Mr. Hurley?
Could I just ask the name of this association that you referenced?
Oh, the American Academy of Pediatrics. It's the nation's largest pediatric group.
It is.
The NTP, is that the one you wanted to know about? The National Toxicology Program Study?
Yeah, you can look up, if you can Google American Academy of Pediatrics National Toxicology Program, and they have both a response to the study where it's kind of like a press release sort of thing, and then they actually have a web page called Healthy Children. I think it's called like Healthy Children. I can send you all of this.
May I also recommend also that, and if you want, I mean, I've spoken with engineers that have worked in this area of towers and antennas, and as you may know, I worked at the Federal Communications Commission, and the standards are very strict. Is anybody in touch with the Wireless Bureau of the FCC?
Oh, well, what's happened is that study was set up 15 years ago to test if the levels that our government has are actually safe. It was set up to test the assumption that if it doesn't heat you, if it heats you, it harms you. If it doesn't heat you, it
I
doesn't.
don't think that's a fair appraisal of it, but
Oh,
I
well,
understand that you have a different take on it.
okay, but the FCC has opened right now a docket
Okay.
where they're asking the question, and in fact, as I understand it, and I don't have the information yet, the FDA, the CDC, there's a radio frequency interagency work group. I don't know if you're aware of that work group with all the different agencies involved. I believe they had a presentation on this maybe over the summer, and you can go online and actually watch a presentation at NIEHS, an hour and a half, excellent hour and a half of the
But
NIH
you're in
scientists.
touch with the commission
Yes.
and filing a petition or something to that effect?
Oh, many people are. Oh, yes, but there needs to be a lot of interest from people too. A lot of people don't know, and by the time things happen, it could be years.
And it probably has been a while.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.